Hi, this is from JSK Lab Instruments, Chennai. So this is the chopper for DC drive. So we can use it for running the DC shunt DC motor. So as per this diagram, this is the circuit, power circuit of that chopper for DC drive. And then here we have the input terminal. So from here you can give 230 volt AC variable auto transformer or 230 volt AC we have to give. And then here we have the MCB for this AC voltage. So if you turn on, then it will go inside the circuit. Then inside we have the diode bridge rectifier that can be convert AC to DC, and across this here that capacitor the voltage will maintain. And then here is the main switch. If you turn on the switch, then only you can all the components will be turned on. And here is the protection circuit. So if any fault will occur, for example in our controller, in our power module we have the over voltage protection and over current protection also. So if anything will happen, then immediately this LED will indicate. At that time you have to reset your controller for reducing the duty cycle of PWM pulse, and then you have to press the reset button. And then here you can see that one connector. So we have the FPGA development board. Based on that board we have this connector, but externally also you can give the PWM between this point and between the ground. With respect to ground, externally we can give. So if you are connecting this cable from our FPGA board, you can get the PWM pulses. So this is not only the test points. You can feed the PWM pulses through these connectors also. If the pulses is from FPGA board, then you can observe these PWM pulses by the DSO. And then we have the test points for the analog feedbacks. So armature current and field current. So see this circuit. Here we have the IGBT device. So for this device only we are applying the PWM. By controlling the duty cycle of the PWM, this acts as a buck mode operation. So based on the duty cycle, the output voltage you can maintain here. And then here is the speed feedback. So from the motor, if we are doing the closed loop of speed, so from the motor you have to connect the speed feedback here. Then this automatically coming in this connector as well as in this point. So you can observe the speed feedback sensor output in the DSO. So then it will go, actually the speed feedback is 3 input actually, so 3 output it will give. It's a capture based QEP encoder based feedback. So you can get the 512 pulses per rotation. So all the 512 pulses per rotation you can see here. And then for one rotation also it will give 1 pulse. So that also you can observe from these test points. And you can take it to feedback to any other controller also. Actually right now we are having the FPGA controller. If you have any other controller, you can take this speed feedback to your controller and you can do your control algorithm. Then you can pulses you have to give here and you can do it. And also for mention the armature voltage, here we have the meter, and then armature current we have the meter here, and then the DC link input DC link voltage we have the meter here. And also for DC shunt motor field supply is here. So if whenever the supply is on, then only this protection LED also will be off. Otherwise this also is on condition. That is protection will be there. So because after the giving the field supply only we need to give the armature supply. So it should be on when motor will rotate. Then automatically in this between these two field winding 220 volt DC will come. So by fixing the DC voltage in the field, by varying the armature voltage here is the armature point. So see here, this armature voltage will come into the output up to this terminal. By varying the armature voltage, we are controlling the speed of the DC shunt machine. So and then that control also speed closed loop we can do, or any other armature current closed loop also we can do. This is the total entire diagram. So in the back side of the panel we have the power circuit, power plug point connector. So I will show you that also. And then inside I will show you the components. See, this is the IGBT device, and then here the bridge rectifier. I told you a single phase AC can be converted into DC, and then it is stored in this capacitors only. These are the input capacitors, and then everywhere we have the sensors, the DC link current. This is the current sensor, and this is also current sensor. And then here is the driver circuit for the device. So from the FPGA or any other controller, the voltage will be 0 to 3.3 volt or 0 to 5 volt, but the device needs at least 15 volt. So the driver will convert the 3.3 volt into 15 volt, as well as it give isolation between the higher power and lower power. And then here we have the signal conditioning and protection circuits. So the sensor, we have the voltage and current sensor everywhere. So the sensed voltage is compared with some reference. So whenever the over voltage or over current will happening, at that time automatically the protection will enable. Protection will enable means the PWM to the device will be cut off. So the PWM won't go inside. So the protection in the power circuit will be happen. And also this is the QEP feedback. We are taking the motor feedback now. That motor feedback can be converted to the encoder pulse by using this circuit. And then we have the some terminals like this are power supply circuits, and then this is the power circuit actually, and then the particularly the device as well as the diode is fixed in the heat sink. Backside you can see the heat sink also. So this is all about the model. So maximum current, we can give the maximum input voltage here up to 300 volt, and then maximum armature voltage is 220 volt. Maximum armature current is around 4 ampere as per the motor, but we can load up to 5 ampere this unit, but the maximum of the motor what we are going to supply to you, that will be 4 ampere. So this is the field point and this is the armature point. So that's all about the unit. Thank you.